I'm seeing, money is flowing out of the stock market and flowing into crypto, real nice and quiet while they're both sitting there doing this. You know, like underneath the structure.
Yeah.
It's flowing out of the stock market going into crypto.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
Within a decade, crypto and blockchain technology will be the 12th sector in the S&P.
Bitcoin doesn't have any value in and of itself. It's not backed up by anything.
Roughly a coin average price of 30,700. Spent about $4 million on
is
it.
that we are not buying this dip because it's not a dip.
Right now, the stock market is completely collapsing after breaking below this 12-month trend line. Meanwhile, the DXY skyrockets above 113, absolutely blasting through its highs of the past 20 years. As moon boys worldwide are watching and waiting to see what their precious Bitcoin will do as it hovers right beneath its 21-day moving average. This is the exact collapse and rejection below this trend line we've been warning about all week. However, it has not yet brought Bitcoin down below its bear market lows. But the big question is, will that all change very soon? Welcome back, my fellow young, dumb, and full of gum meworm crypto investors. Today is absolutely monstrously, massively big, as the stock market has in fact initiated a mega dump since we broke this trend line, as we've been discussing all week. And how do I say this? It's very big. This is absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of over $16,000 in deposit bonuses below, and specifically only 7 days left for US traders on BITGET to claim 10 free USDT simply by taking 20 seconds to sign up below using that link. And without any further ado, let's completely get dumped on. As Bitcoin is now falling below a long-term key trend line here, there are some very huge things happening, actually. And first of all, this is the main thing that we need to be discussing, is that we've been talking about this all week, that if the SPX specifically falls below this year-long or 11-month-long trend line right here, Bitcoin will get probably, again, at least another 10% dump. Because every time we've actually gotten rejected off of this level, we can take a look here, it always resulted in, here's about a 13% dump. Going below this level, it's about a 16. I mean, if you go from the high, it's actually about a 21 or 22% dump. Going from this high, so far, it's about a 15% dump so far, but only about 4% below this line so far. And with the entire, with the macroeconomic implications, I don't see how this will not go lower. And that's what we've been talking about. So we've broken below this trend line. The stock market is actually doing way worse at this very second than Bitcoin. But will that change? And as well, at this very second, we have not yet put in a lower low. A lower low on this chart for the stock market, for the SPX specifically, would be around 3640. So going below 3640 would be a lower low here. Now, we haven't done that just yet. Obviously, this looks disgusting. And in my opinion, we're going to go below that. Will we go below it before next week? Because it's going to be closed on the weekends. Who knows? But I mean, expect next week to be absolutely insane, right? But on Bitcoin's chart, it's actually crazy. Right now, Bitcoin and the SPX are down almost the same percent. Bitcoin's down a little over 3%, and the SPX is down a little under 3%, which is unheard of. Usually, if the SPX is down like 2%, Bitcoin would be down like 20% or something, right? But they're both down about 3% today. And as you can see, Bitcoin would need another about 6% dump to retest its bear market lows set back in June of about 17.6. So Bitcoin isn't necessarily dumping that much so far. Will that change when the stock market closes and Bitcoin has time to trade on the weekends? It's possible, but I also want to talk about something that needs to be talked about. So I've said this many times and I don't want to repeat myself too much, but there are a few things that I think make a lot of sense. If Bitcoin just stays correlated to the stock market forever, it is a waste of time, basically. It's why not just invest in the stock market? I don't think that's the case. That's not going to be the case forever, in my opinion. And as I said last year and even the beginning of this year, it's something I bring up every couple of months or every month or so, is that if Bitcoin is ever going to decouple from the traditional stock market, in my opinion, I think that would happen in a catastrophic event like this. Now, Bitcoin is not doing nearly as bad as the SPX today. Does that mean they're decoupling? Absolutely not. But if the stock market truly gets bled out, gets completely dumped on, like it looks we could be seeing the beginning of here, is this the perfect opportunity for Bitcoin to decouple a little bit? And what do I mean by that? You know, for that to happen, you'd need to have institutions really shifting a lot of money into crypto, which is exactly what I think's been happening behind the scenes. But you would really have to see a shift here. And so, in my opinion, and one of the thoughts that I have that really makes the most sense to me here is that let's say that we do have a stock, we just have a crash for the next, let's say, 1 to 2 years. In my opinion, what I think would be the most likely scenario, I think it makes more sense than anything, and I think it's something that people haven't really thought about that much or they just don't think is possible, is that if the stock market continues to get bled out, I do think there will be a point where Bitcoin does not, it just does not follow that. It does not keep getting dumped on. And in fact, starts to gain strength and reverse. What I expect to happen at some point in the future is the exact opposite, to where the stock market starts going down and Bitcoin starts to decouple from that. As a lot of the money from the stock market flows into Bitcoin, which I think is very likely to happen. It's not going to be just retail participating if something like that would happen. It could not be. And so again, I don't think we're there yet. So just because SPX is doing a lot worse than Bitcoin today, I'm not saying that's what's happening. However, that is exactly what I think needs to happen if Bitcoin is going to be a long-term success. I think that is exactly what needs to happen. So, and I think it has to happen in a chaotic environment. I think it needs to happen in something like this, where, Bitcoin has existed basically in a straight bull market for the stock market. Bitcoin has never really existed in a stock market, bear market or recession or crash. What a lot of people think right now is that if the stock market goes down, Bitcoin is going to go down forever. And they think that this correlation, because it is true right now, they think this correlation will always be the case. And I'm just basically saying, to sum it up, I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think that will change. And I think it will take a catastrophe, potentially that we're beginning right now, for that to truly happen. Just miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of over $16,000 in deposit bonuses below. In addition, again, you only have 7 days left to claim a free USDT, 10 USDT, simply by signing up, putting in a email and password, and that's it. And you'll claim 10 USDT simply by doing that with the link below. And the deposit bonuses last longer, but the 10 USDT is only for the next 7 days. Without further ado, that's from me.